Hey everyone, welcome to another video by Python Pool. In this video, we're gonna see a simple Python program for a notepad. Let me show you the demo program. This is a demo notepad in which you can type anything. You could just say new file or type once again. You could say open a new file, and I have a file, name it as untitled or one, anything. Just open that, it would open that one. And if you want to save this once again, you could save it with the name, let's say 2.txt, and once you hit save, it will save it. Okay, and it will tell us the name that it is being saved as 2.txt. You could also edit it, that if you want to select this and cut it, you could cut that, you could paste that too. Okay, and in the help we would give a simple message about the developer of this notepad application. So let's just get hands on. First of all, we need Tkinter module for this. So if you haven't installed Tkinter, just install it by writing pip install Tkinter, and let me code a file, name it as test.py, and in that file we'll be continuing our program. So okay, so first import the required packages. Imports Tkinter as tk. After Tkinter, from Tkinter import star, and import some of the old modules from Tkinter, like import message box, import file dialog. They would be useful for us, and import os2 for playing with the files, playing with the directories. So once we are done with the import, let's create the interpreter instance, tk.tk, and let's terminate that one, .main loop. Okay, now let's give the title to our window, root.title. I'll give it title as untitled notepad. That's what you see in the real world notepad, right? Untitled notepad. That's what my title is. And I'll set a file variable to none. We'll be using file variable for the various purposes. I'll tell you when we'll define this variable. And after this, I'll call this create widgets function, in which we'll be creating all our widgets. Okay, now let's define this function, create widgets. And first of all, let's define the text area. I'll define this text area as global text area, because we'll be using this text area in the various functions. This text area is nothing but the text, and text to where? Text to the root. It will define its own size according to our notepad application. Okay, and this text area should have a grid, of course, and this time we'll be giving the sticky function into that sticky method. So sticky should be the all directions, that is north plus east plus south and plus west. Okay, and after this we had the text area. Now we need 3 menu bars. Okay, first of all, let's create a menu bar instance, which is a menu, and menu to where? Menu to the root. Okay, first and configure the root with this menu bar. So root.config, config what? Config the menu which is equals to menu bar. So our menu bar is ready. Now we need to create the components of that menu bar. First of all, I need to create the file menu. So I'll have a file menu, and this file menu would be a type of menu of which type? Menu bar, and should have a tier of 0. This is a property of menu. Okay, now let's add the commands. We'll have 4 commands, that is new file, open file, save file, and exit. Okay, so first of all, create the new file command. So file menu dot add command, and command should have a label of new, and it should have a command. Let's leave the let's leave the command blank right now, because we don't have the function for that. And this is for new, same for the open and save too, and this is for new, this is for open, this is for save. Okay, and then we need a line, separated line, and then we'll be giving the exit command. So how will we giving the separator line? That file menu dot add separator this would give a separate line, and then once again we need this. So just copy this one, paste it right here, and say change it to exit. All the commands are empty because we don't have function for that one. So this is our file menu. Let's add the cascade for this file menu. So how will we adding the cascade? We will adding cascade to the menu bar. So menu bar dot add cascade, and cascade should have a label of, it's not capital label of, let's say file, and should have a menu bar of, so menu of file menu. So every component in the file menu would be stored in this cascade, and when we click this cascade, it would be available to us. Let's see how our program looks right now. So let's run our file. It looks exactly that we want, and this is our cascade. Now we need two more cascade, that is for the edit one and for the help one. So let's define that one. Let's define one more cascade. Let's copy this one. Oh, I need to copy these three only. That would be enough for me. Just copy this one, and we'll be changing the name. This is file menu, this is edit menu. This is an edit menu. It should it is a menu, and this is edit menu once again. This is edit menu once again, and this is edit menu once again. First one is, let's say, cut. Next one is, let's say, copy, and another one is, let's say, paste. Okay, and once again we need a cascade. So let's copy this one, let's paste it here. Once again this should be edit, and this should be edit menu. Okay, and same for the help menu also. So let's create one more menu, help menu. This should be the menu of menu bar, and should have a tier of 0. Okay, and this should have a command. Help menu should have a command, help menu dot add command. Command should have a label. Labels, let's say about Notepad, and once again an empty command because we don't have function for it, and after that a cascade. So menu bar dot add cascade. This should be the cascade, and cascade should have a label, let's say label of help, and should have a menu of help menu. Let's see if it does the perfect. Yes. Now what we need to give the command to this, but these menus we created. First of all, let's create the command for the new file. So let me create another function. Let me name it as new file. Okay, and how will be giving? First of all, we need to call this text area here because we need to have that text with us. Okay, when user clicks the new file, once again it should set the title of the root as the untitled notepad. Okay, first of all it should set the title, then file should be the none because we don't have any file, we want just empty new file. The file should be the none, and text area should have all the components deleted. So whatever written in the text area, it should be deleted, it should be blank. So 1.02, and from the very beginning to the very end it should be deleted. That's our new file. Let's give the command right here. It is for new file. Let me give here. Okay, now let's create the command for the open file. Okay, so let me create another function for the open file. Let me name it as open file, and that is pretty easy function. First of all, we need to call that global text area. After calling that, we need to ask the user which file he or she want to open. That file dialog dot ask open file name would help us in that situation. First of all, we need to give the default extension. Of course, we are using Notepad, so we want the extension as the txt. So dot txt extension, default extension should be, and file types. We need to also give the file types. So let me set the file types, and it should be a list. Our first file type is all files. Okay, let me add space in between. all files, and this all files should have the type as star.star. Doesn't matter what is the name, doesn't matter what is the extension. This is the first type. After that we need a specific type, that is documents, text documents, but this should have a extension, specific extension. First of all, we don't want any name, but we want to specify the extension, that is txt, and that's what we want as the file types. So we give the default extension as txt, and we also give the file types. Okay, and after that what we need, when we get this file, it is the input output type of file. So we need to extract the name of our path that is stored in file.name. So let's extract that path, and we'll be using that path to open our file. So that will be there in the file.name. Okay, after extracting, first of all we need to check if our path is blank. If our path is blank, what we need to do, we need to set the file to the none again. If our path is blank, we don't need to open any file. But if it is not blank, what we need to do, first of all we need to set the title. So root.title, it should be configured, and root.title should have os.path. Take that path and take the base name of that path. Which path? That is stored in file. Okay, and it should be text with, it should be plus with Notepad. So you understand what I'm doing? I'm taking the name of that file and setting the title as that name of the file. Okay, and after setting the title, what we need to do, we need to delete everything that is presently in our text area. So should be text area dot delete. So presently whatever is there in text area, we should to delete that, and we should delete that, and we should append new text that is saved in that file in the text area. So how are we doing that? First of all, we will be opening the file. So file.open, open with file in the reading mode. Of course we are opening the file, so we'll be opening it in reading mode. And after opening that, whatever there is present, insert that in text area. So insert from the 1.0 to the file.read. Until the file is finished reading, we need to append every of the text in this text area. And after appending this text to the text area, we need to close that file. So why would we make the interpreter busy handling that file? So we just close that file. So that's a command for our opening file. So let's give the command right here, and let's test if it really works. Let's run our file. Let me type it here, anything. Let me click to new. You could say every text there disappeared. Let me open a file. Let me choose the file as 2.txt we built in demo, and you could see our text is saved to that one. Oh, okay. And if I type anything here, and once again I open another file, you could say this time I'm opening untitled.txt, and then open, everything get cleared, and this untitled.txt is basically the empty file. That's why you could see you are saying empty right here. If I once again open the same file, if I write here anything and then open once again the new file, that is 2.txt, which you saw, you could say the text, previous text got cleared and the new text got appended in this text file. Okay, now our main function is left is for save, and all the functions are pretty small function, just 1 or 2 lines. So let's see how could we define the logic for saving the file. So let me create another function and let me name it as save file. Okay, first of all we need to have this text area as globally, and after that having this, we also need to have the file, because we are initially going to reference this file. So this file where we have initialized it globally, we need to call that here. And after calling this file, first we need to see if the file name is none. If file equals to none, what we need to do, if it is none, then we need to ask the user that what he or she want to name its file. So once again I call the file dialog function, and it has the ask save file name as function, ask save as file name function. It is pretty useful. Once again we need to give the initial file name, initial initial file should have a name of untitled.txt, and of course these things, default extension and file types, you know, we need to pass it here once again. So let's copy this and let's paste it here. Let's paste it here, and that's it. First of all, we need to give the initial file name, and then initial default extension of the file, and all the extension we want for this file. If the file is none, okay, and if after this also the file becomes none, that user doesn't enters any name, if this also after this also user doesn't enter any name, file is none once again, what we need to do, we need to set the file as none. So we need to set the file name. But if user enters the name, that is a pretty real case, user would enter the name, and then what we need to do, we need to open the same file which user set, but right this time if it will be open the filing, we will be opening the file in writing mode. And after opening the file in writing mode, what we need to do, it's pretty simple. We need to write another file. So write the components in this, in the given text area, to the another file, that is itself the file. So text area dot get every component from the text area, that is from the very beginning to the end, okay, get and write to the file, and after that close that file. Once you write to that file, you need to close that file, okay. And once again, this would give us the input output type of file name, so we need to extract the file name from there. So file equals to file dot name, okay. And once again, we need to set the root. How could we forget that? We need to set the root at as the os dot path dot base name, and base name should be of the file, and plus the notepad, it's plus notepad. That's it from the save. But this is for the single if condition. If the file is not, the file is equals to none. If the file is not none, what we need to do, we need to have that condition in the another else condition. That we simply need to open that file. We need to perform these three steps only. If the file name is not none, then we need to perform only these three steps, okay. So let's copy this from here. Let's copy this from here and let's paste it here. We need to perform these steps, okay. That's it from the save. Now let's give the command here and let's check if it really works. Save file. Let me run this file. Let me add anything here. When we go to save, it would ask the name of the file. Let me save it as 4.txt, okay. Let me save it as, and it saves it and it changes this title of the root, okay. So that's it. Now we need these three commands and this one commands. That pretty simple, very simple commands. Let me create another function for the exit. So let me get another function for the exit. That's pretty easy. Let me call it as exit itself, and what it will do, it will do nothing but it will destroy the root window. Root.destroy function will be calling, and we're giving the command here. Okay, where it is, it's here. So let's give the command exit here. Let's hit save. Let's write, okay, let's go here, let's click exit, and it exits our application. Perfect. Now what is left? Cut, copy, paste, and help. So let's create our command for cut. That's pretty easy. You will say how. First of all, I name it the function as cut itself, and then I'll call the global text area here, because I need that text area. I need to cut everything from that text area, paste to that text area, copy from that text area. So I need the text area here, and this from this text area I'll call a simple function that is event generate. So event generate, and in this case this is cut, so it will generate the event as cut. That's it from this cut, okay. So let's see, let's give the command and see if it really works. Cut, okay. Let's hit save. Let's run our file. Let's write anything here. Let's select it. Let's give edit, cut, and it perfectly cuts it. Okay, now let's give for the paste. Similarly to this one, let me copy this one and let me paste it 2 times, first time and second time. This is for the copy, so copy, we need to change it here, copy, and this is for the paste, we need to change here, paste. Let's hit save. Let's give the commands right here. It is cut, then it is copy, and then it is paste. Let's hit save. Let's see if it really works. Let me select it, let me cut it, and let me paste it once again. Yeah, it pastes it. And let me select it, let me copy it so it doesn't cut it, and then it will paste it, so it will paste. So they are working fine. Now only thing is left is giving the help command, and in this help command we'll be giving the message box. That's pretty easy, you know how to do that. So let me name the function as help itself. Okay, and this help we need to call this message box and then show info, and then it should have a title of Notepad. Okay, and it should have a message, this simple notepad is developed. You write your own name here, I'll write my company name here, developed by Electrical Solutions. Okay, let's hit save. Let's see if it works. Okay, we didn't give the command to the button. Oh, I'm so sorry for that one. Let's give the command right here. No, it's not help you, it's help. Let's hit save. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it's works perfectly fine. So our notepad is ready, our simple notepad is ready. I think you enjoyed this program. That's it from this video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.